Hello and welcome back to my channel. Tonight we will be doing another cook with me and we will be making chicken fajita pasta. The first thing, I got everything all prepared, and what you will need is 3 bell peppers chopped and 1 large onion chopped, and a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast cut into bite-sized pieces. This is actually about 1.5 pounds. I thought I'd bulk it up a little bit more with some more chicken. You will need some taco seasoning, either 1 envelope or some homemade. This is homemade taco seasoning. I will link the recipe in the description box below. You will also need a can of Rotel, some garlic, some fat-free half and half, some reduced sodium chicken broth, and some penne pasta. We'll be using all that later. The first thing we're going to do is season our chicken. You're going to use either half your envelope or 1.5 tablespoons of seasoning to season the chicken. I'm going to do it right on my board. I'm going to put it right on there, 1.5 tablespoons about, and I'm just going to get in there with my hands until it's all coated with the seasoning. Then I'm going to go wash my hands and we're going to get this chicken cooking. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is spray my pan with some olive oil spray, and then add all the chicken. I'm going to put it in a single layer. There's a rogue onion in there. I'm going to put it in a single layer in the skillet and let it cook without stirring it until the first side is seared and brown. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Probably for a total of about 12 minutes. Okay, our chicken is all done cooking. I'm going to take it out of the pan to a plate, and then we're going to get ready to cook the veggies. In the original recipe, it called for cooking the chicken in a tablespoon of olive oil. I chose to do it with non-stick spray, but I will be cooking the vegetables in olive oil. I think the olive oil gives them a nicer sear. And it's only 1 tablespoon, so it doesn't add too many points. We're going to let that heat up. We'll get our veggies and put those in. See if I can do this without creating a hot mess. And then you're going to take the other half of your taco seasoning packet or another 1.5 tablespoons of the seasoning mix and season up the veggies. We're going to let these cook until they get a nice char on them and they begin to soften. I'm going to cover them and let them cook over high heat. Okay, the vegetables have a beautiful char on them and they're nice and soft. So I'm going to add about 3 or 4 cloves of minced garlic in. Stir that around, reduce the heat to low, and stir this around until the garlic becomes fragrant. You don't want to burn the garlic, it burns so easily. About 30 seconds or so, just to cook it a little bit. And then we're going to take these out and move them to a bowl. And then we're going to start making the sauce. Garlic's really smelling good, so we're going to move these to a bowl. Okay, now to make our sauce, we're going to add 2 cups of reduced sodium chicken broth. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of fat-free half and half. We're going to add 1 can of Rotel. Mix that all together. The original recipe calls for heavy cream, but just trying to reduce the points, I decided to use the fat-free half and half. And then we are going to take our pasta, add that in, uncooked, mix it around. Bring it to a boil. And when that boils, we're going to cover it and reduce the heat to medium-low and let it cook for about 15 minutes. Okay, the pasta is done and the liquid is mostly absorbed. So now I'm going to add back in the vegetables and the chicken. Mix it well. And I'm going to let it heat a little bit until the chicken is heated back through. And then we will plate it up. This actually is 4 servings, so I think they're going to be very generous serving sizes, which is good because I'm hungry tonight. So I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to let that heat through for about 2 minutes, and I'll be back to show you what my plate looks like. Okay, so here is our plated up dinner. Guys, these serving sizes are huge, and I double checked it. What I did after it was all done is I put it in a bowl, put a bowl on my kitchen scale, weighed it out, and divided by 4 servings, and this is what I came up with. So very nice, generous serving sizes. This is 7 smart points for this. And then I took some out of the freezer bread that we had. They were 4-point club rolls. Cut them in half, put a teaspoon of, I can't believe it's not butter, and then some garlic powder, and stuck them under the broiler to make a little bit of garlic bread to go with it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this cook with me. I did forget to tell you that the garlic bread was 3 smart points. It was 2 points for the roll and 1 point for the teaspoon of I can't believe it's not butter. The dinner was absolutely delicious, delicious, delicious. Everyone in my family loved it. I loved it, and I showed you that portion on my plate. I could not finish it. It was way too much. So I definitely recommend this meal. We really enjoyed it, and that's it for me tonight. I will see you in my next cook with me, which will probably be Instant Pot Salisbury steak meatballs. See you then. Bye-bye.